is JD Dawodu. Basically, JD stands for Jide, which is a Nigerian name. It's an abbreviation of that name, which is spelled J-I-D-E. It's as simple as that, really. I'm from London, England, and I'm of Nigerian descent. It was basically, I started it initially as a hobby. I used to have weights at school. I used to play a lot of rugby, which is very similar to American football. I used to do a lot of athletics, and there was a small gym in the school, and we used to mess around with it sometimes to sort of enhance your strength when you're playing rugby. Then obviously when I finished schooling, I was looking around for something to do. There was always a gym I used to go past on the bus, a local gym in Hackney. One day I decided to get off the bus and go inside, and I was bitten by the bug from there, really. That would be back in 1983, I suppose, 84, around that time. I've been training probably about 19 years probably. The first show I did was 1985, and I started training probably about a year and a half before then. A show called The Stars of Tomorrow. I was a middleweight, as I remember, and I dieted for 8 weeks on just chicken and pineapple. So that shows my naivety there. I managed to win that one, and things progressed from there, really. After qualifying for the British Championships in '87, I actually did the finals as a middleweight. I think I was. I came 6th in the British finals. I had 2 years off, and I came back as a light heavy in the British finals, and I won that. That was '89. Then I had 3 years off and came back as a heavyweight in '92. And I won the heavyweights, Mr. Great Britain, and I won the overall, which attained me a professional card. And that's basically it. When I was amateur, I was working in telecommunications industry. Also had, from about '88 onwards, I had a security company. So I had a few guys which were doing security for the clubs and bodyguarding and so forth. So I've had my fingers in many pies, so to speak. I had a restaurant for about 3 or 4 years. I've sold it now. It was a French-African restaurant. At the moment now, I'm dabbling in property, buying and selling property, renting some of it out. I've also got some business interests abroad. I was looking forward in the lead up to the show, obviously competing against my peers, and having the opportunity to sort of gauge where my standing is in the world. Obviously, I've got an inner belief on my physique and the capabilities of it. I haven't been given the opportunity to express myself. I feel as though I've had my hands tied. I wasn't given the opportunity to compare my physique against my peers, guys which I've beaten before, guys which are on the same sort of level as me. For some reason, I wasn't called out to pose against them, and that's left a very bitter taste in my mouth, to be quite honest with you. Basically, I think Shawn Ray raised some very valid points. I've always had a lot of respect for him, both as an athlete and a person. He's a very articulate man, and he's not frightened to speak his mind. And they're the sort of people that I get on with anyway. They've got certain principles and they stand by them. You might not agree with all of them, but you have to respect the fact that they stand by their principles. Obviously, with regards to the judging, I'm not so familiar with the way the judging procedure works in the professional ranks, obviously because I'm quite a novice. What I do know and feel is that it seems to be very cliquey. There are certain athletes in the sport that seem to me that's be getting, because of their high profile in the media, it seems to be bringing them to the fore more on the stage, which obviously can't be right. And I'm one of quite a few athletes that are becoming quite sort of concerned about this. I personally, I just like this just to get down to pure, when we're on stage, just to pure bodybuilding. We as athletes, well, most of us are here just to compare our physiques with our peers, and we want to be fairly judged. I wouldn't like to think I'm being judged with someone and I'm getting overlooked or marked down purely because I'm not a controversial person. You know, I just want to be judged on the merits of my physique, and I believe the muscle I'm carrying, I can match anybody within the world. If I'm just given the opportunity to do my 5 compulsory poses with anybody in the world, I wouldn't disgrace myself. And when I say anybody, I mean anybody. I don't know what the cause of it is. I don't know whether it's because I'm not in, like I said, I'm not part of the LA scene, or I'm not known by the New York judges, or I'm not, you know, part of it, or maybe because I'm British, or maybe they got something against British beef. I know there's a problem with the mad cow disease. Maybe that's something to do with it. But we're now, I have to tell the judges, we're now BSE free. Our beef is okay, so give me a chance. That's basically it.